Let's go across to Karishma Sudani from the North Block to help us understand what she's picking up from the sources right now as to what could really make it to the final budget speech of the finance minister. Karishma, the interim budget was all focused on youth, on poor, on women especially, the Garib Mahilaएं. That was the focus in the interim budget. What could make it to the final budget speech today? Is there going to be continued fiscal prudence? Is there going to be a capex allocation towards the high development sectors like defense, railways, roads, etc.? Or is there going to be something else out of the blue as well expected today?
Sakshi, the big question here, and this is a continuation of what you and Pooja have been discussing, is the debate is it going to be a big bang post-election budget? Because of course, the Andhra Bihar flavor, the coalition politics that has added to it, or is it going to be more of a balancing act? Now, looking at how the government previously has been able to deal with this, let's understand that there is absolutely going to be continuity in policy making because it's going to be the same team. It's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman with her creme de la creme that they say, the budget makers, the A team who have shaped this budget also. This is not only just her seventh consecutive budget, but if you see, most of them are here along with her throughout the journey. So this is definitely to ensure the fact that the centre, along of course with its bureaucrat, are focused on policy continuity. Capex is big on agenda, about 11.1 lakh crore target that she had set during interim budget. It's expected that she may either be on this target or in fact go slightly up by close to 5 to 10% because expenditure on infrastructure, expenditure on road transport is government's priority as of now. Besides this, what they're definitely focused on is try to bring up some allocation towards PM Kisan Samman Nidhi and also Manrega. Manrega has been on a standstill at 86,000 crore, but looking at what turned out for FY24, you see it went beyond the allocation amount. In fact, government may have to revise it further. So looks like government may try and up it further. In terms of PM Kisan Nidhi, the allocation currently stands at about 60,000 crore, and it is likely that government may take it to 80,000 crore. All this wish list has actually come in since interim budget, but with continuity, with fiscal consolidation, by maintaining a 5.1% fiscal deficit, it looks like government does have some appetite to spend more because of that big bang RBI dividend and its mega tax collection.
You know, this is perhaps a nice chain trail that you've told us about, Karishma, because that helps us understand precisely what we can expect from this budget. As Piyush Mishra continues to be with us, so is Chetan Bhutani. He's right outside the parliament. Chetan, because you cover whether it's the auto industry or the highways, we can talk about the agriculture sector because that will be the focus. Agri-economy is one of the prime factors for India. But again, it's also a modern economy. There is a lot of development that we've seen in the past few years. What happens to the electric vehicles this time, or the auto industry? Experts would be watching and tell us about the development we've seen in highways. There's been constant updates on that. Do you think that will get the focus this time as well in the budget?
Well, absolutely, Pooja. You know, you correctly pointed out the government's focus on infrastructure will be continuing. In the previous budgets as well, we have seen a record capex, which Nirmala Sitharaman hiked to 11.11 lakh crore rupees. In fact, we have to wait for the revised estimates so that we are expecting 13 to 15 lakh crores of revised estimates for capex to come out. Also, you know, what we have been anticipating is the fact that a 10% hike in allocation for Ministry of Road Transport and Highways could mean a 3 lakh crore allocation for the highway sector alone. In fact, railways, if you see, could also touch the 3 lakh crore mark again. What my sources are also telling me is the fact that as far as auto industry goes, the government will be introducing several measures in the budget as far as the green economy, the hydrogen sector and the electric vehicle sector goes. So what we have to do is we have to wait and watch what Nirmala Sitharaman talks about in her budget speech towards these two particular sectors, because remember, the highways and the railways account for 47% of the capital expenditure. So clearly about 6 lakh crore rupees is what we're anticipating in the union budget, what Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman would be presenting in the union budget.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Chetan, for that update. Stand by and continue to watch out for all the developments, and we'll continue to take all the updates from you as well. Meanwhile, Piyush Mishra is also standing by with more information for us as to what can we expect as the coalition pressures are rising on the government as we inch closer to that presentation. There is a buzz around that the coalition partners, Piyush, will be watching out for that special status, and in case that demand is not met, what is likely to really take place? Is it going to be a disruption in this stable government that we have right now? Is that going to be a major question? Will the government be able to tame down their expectations this time around in the budget and be able to handle all those pressures?
Well, Sakshi, if we talk about the pressure which is being mounted by the coalition partner, it's very much certain that, yes, the allies like DDP and JDU, they would once again seek for special status. But what we are now learning from our sources in both the parties that if government is not able to grant these special status to Andhra Pradesh and Bihar, then they would then further ask for a special package, which is most likely be given by the government, because in the all-party meeting also this issue was raised, and there itself the JDU had made it very clear that if not special status, then we want the special package. If we talk about Nirmala Sitharaman, remember that it's going to be a very important and crucial budget, full-time budget, which is going to present our first budget of third time NDA government. The budget will take the presentation of budget will take place at around 11 o'clock. Before that, she will first go to Finance Ministry and then to the President House, where she will seek permission from the President's office to table the budget. After that, she will go to Parliament House, where the cabinet meet will take place at around 10:15, and then the cabinet will clear the budget, after which the budget would be tabled. So it's going to be a hectic schedule till 11 o'clock, and then thereafter also we will see for at least 2 to 3 hours she will be tabling the budget and outlining
Absolutely,
the roadmap
Piyush.
for next 5 years. It will also be highlighting as to how the focus of Viksit Bharat is there of this government. Most likely we can also expect the FDI, more investments, more
Absolutely,
FDI.
that is going to be the focus.
I think is going to be
Extremely important. I think
focus.
the investments is going to be extremely important, especially in the light of how China is being viewed by the world, Pooja, and India is being seen as a China plus one strategy up until the run-up to the budget. Now, in case the government is able to propel more FDI inflows for the country, it's going to be more than welcome, and that will propel the economy even further from here.